Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. You're an auto supplier, thriving in a globalized world where production lines hum 24/7, components cross borders with ease, and innovation is the name of the game. Suddenly, a single tweet or a press conference changes everything. The rules shift, new tariffs loom on the horizon. The question is no longer how can we grow, but how do we survive? Today, we're diving into a story that combines politics, economics, and innovation. It's a tale of resilience, strategy, and the global tug-of-war over one of the most crucial industries in the world. Buckle up, because this ride comes with twists, turns, and maybe even a little humor to keep things light. Let's start with the elephant in the room, or should we say the tariff in the toolbox. When former President Trump proposed steep tariffs on imported goods, it wasn't just about targeting one or two industries. Auto suppliers, a backbone of the global economy, suddenly found themselves in the crosshairs. Think about it, automobiles are a symphony of parts sourced from every corner of the planet. Steel from the US, microchips from Asia, and countless components assembled in Europe. Now imagine slapping a tariff on every single piece of that puzzle. The result? Chaos. But it's not just numbers on a spreadsheet, this is about real people, real jobs, and real families. And here's the kicker. The suppliers weren't just scrambling to protect their profits. They were racing to redefine their entire way of working. Ever wonder what it takes to get a car from concept to showroom? Let's simplify. Picture a relay race. Each part of the car represents a baton passed from one country to another. Now, imagine someone keeps adding hurdles in the middle of that race. That's what tariffs do. Now, here's a fun question. What do auto suppliers do when faced with hurdles? They innovate, they adapt, and sometimes they even surprise us. One of the biggest changes we've seen is the reshoring of production. Companies that once operated in low-cost countries started eyeing local manufacturing again. It's a bold move, but let's be honest. It's also a bit like trying to squeeze toothpaste back into the tube. There's humor in this, isn't there? After decades of chasing cheaper production overseas, these companies are now running back home like someone who just remembered they left the stove on. But it's not all doom and gloom. Reshoring also means jobs returning to local communities, a chance to rebuild, and perhaps a way to innovate at home. If tariffs are the villain in our story, then technology might just be the unexpected hero. Automation and AI have swooped in to save the day, or at least soften the blow. Picture a robotic arm assembling car parts with pinpoint precision. It doesn't demand a salary, and it certainly doesn't complain about tariffs. Auto suppliers are embracing these advancements not only to cut costs, but also to stay competitive. But here's a question to ponder. Are we trading one problem for another? While automation brings efficiency, it also raises concerns about job displacement. How do we strike a balance? Let's zoom out for a moment. What happens when the US imposes tariffs? The rest of the world responds. Countries like China and Mexico retaliate with their own tariffs, creating a domino effect. It's like a game of poker where everyone's raising the stakes. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some countries see this chaos as an opportunity. Take Vietnam, for example. It's becoming a new hub for auto suppliers looking to escape the tariff war. It's proof that in every crisis there's a chance for reinvention. Amid all this, let's not forget another key player, the environment. With supply chains shifting and production methods evolving, there's a golden opportunity to make the auto industry greener. Imagine electric vehicles powered by sustainable batteries, manufactured in eco-friendly factories. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the catch. It requires massive investment, and not every company is ready to take that leap. Now let's bring it back to the people. Imagine being an auto supplier in Michigan or a factory worker in Mexico. Your livelihood depends on decisions made thousands of miles away. How do you navigate that uncertainty? One worker described it best. It's like building a bridge while you're crossing it. That resilience, that determination, it's what keeps this industry moving forward. So, where do we go from here? Auto suppliers are at a crossroads. Some are doubling down on innovation, others are lobbying for policy changes, and a few are simply holding their breath, hoping the storm will pass. But here's a thought. What if this isn't just a challenge but an opportunity? What if these disruptions lead to a stronger, more resilient industry? In the end, this story isn't just about tariffs or auto suppliers. It's a snapshot of a world in flux, a reminder that change is the only constant. And while the road ahead may be uncertain, one thing is clear. The auto industry will continue to evolve, adapt, and drive forward. Before we wrap up, here's a question to leave you with. If auto suppliers can reinvent themselves under such pressure, what does that say about the power of innovation in other industries? To explore that further, check out my next video on the latest developments in US news. It's a story you won't want to miss. See you there.